Welcome back, everybody. So, today we are going to do the question and the quick revision of Chapter 3 of Civics of Class 9 on this platform. So, the first question of today's chapter is which of the following statement about the reason for conducting elections are false? First one is elections enable people to judge the performance of the government. Second one is people select the representatives of their choice in an election. Third one is election enables people to evaluate the performance of judiciary. And fourth one is people can indicate what policies they prefer. So the third statement has to be chosen because it is false. Because elections, nowhere in the elections procedures you would evaluate the performance of the judiciary. Only legislation can be revised and its performance can be evaluated, but not of judiciary. Alright. So the next question is which of this is not a good reason? Okay, mark this word not a good reason to say that Indian elections are democratic. First one is India has the largest number of voters in the world. Second one is India's election commission is very powerful. Third one is in India, everyone above the age of 18 has a right to vote. And the fourth one is in India, the losing parties accept the electoral verdict. So the answer over here is A. India has largest number of voters in the world. This statement does not justify the word democratic because democracy should involve elections but in a free and fair manner. And just because you have largest number of voters doesn't mean you are democratic. Because of free and fair elections, we all are in a democratic nation. Now this is match these columns. You can mark it as A, B, C, D. The voters list should be up to date because the answer is here. Some people may move away from the area where they voted last. Second one is constituencies are reserved for SCs and STs so that there is a fair representation of all sections of our society. Alright. Everyone has one and only one vote so that everyone has equal opportunity to elect their representative. Alright, party in power is not allowed to use government vehicles because all candidates have a fair chance of competing in an election. So this is how you would do the match the following if it comes in your examination. Now the fourth question is about arrangement. Arrange this election related activities in a time sequence from the first activity to the last. So the first activity should be making of voters list. Second would be announcing of election schedule. Third is filling of nomination. Alright. Fourth one is releasing election manifestos. Fifth one is election campaign. Sixth one is casting of votes. Alright. Now seventh one is counting of votes. Alright. And eighth one is declaration of results. Alright. So now this is the question. Surekha is an officer in charge of ensuring free and fair elections in an assembly constituency in a state. Describe what should she focus on. Each of the following stages of election campaign. Code of conduct should be followed. They should not use religious places for their propaganda. So this should be taken care. Second is polling day. So there nobody should create violence over there. Security should be maintained and the votes collected. EVMs should be taken to the safer places. Alright. Counting is that no corruption should be done with the counting of the votes and all the votes are counted in free and fair manner. So this should be the approach. Alright. So the next question is Chinnappa was convicted for torturing his wife for dowry. Satbir was held for guilty of practicing untouchability. And the court, just mark this word, court did not allow either of these to contest election. Does this decision go against the principle of democratic elections? No, because we have already studied when the court of law restricts someone to not participate or to not contest election. So this is a legitimate way. Alright, so they won't be allowed to stand for elections just because the court has said no because of their criminal records. Alright, so the answer would be here. Does this decision go against? No. This decision is in favor of the principle of democratic elections. Now the question is, what is wrong with these statements? Women always vote the way men tell them. So what is the point of giving them the right to vote? This is a very problematic and misogynistic statement. First of all, everyone should be given right to vote, and it should be made. It should be considered that women are able to vote and they are not the secondary citizen or passive citizens. They are the active citizens of the country and they should have the right to vote. And if you provide them enough resources and education, they would make legitimate choices for their future. Party politics create tension in society. Elections should be decided by consensus, not by competition. The thing is, consensus can only be done through election because we have so much diversity in our country, all right, and competition provides a space to grow, all right. When two people are competing, there would be chances that the parties would perform better than their earlier performances just because they have a better competition now. Alright, only graduates should be allowed to contest elections? No, because sometimes people lack literacy, but they have enough worldly knowledge, and because of lack of resources, people cannot get education in certain areas, but they have all kind of wisdom in them. That is why they have all the right to decide who should govern them. All right, now we have come to the quick revision of the chapter. This is very much important for your concept clarity. So a mechanism by which people can choose their representatives at regular intervals is called elections. Political competition may cause division and some ugliness, but it finally forces parties and leaders to serve the people. Each state is divided into a specific number of assembly constituencies. An elected representative from each constituency is elected to the Lok Sabha. He becomes member of parliament, and state assembly, that is member of legislative assembly. Some constituencies are reserved for SCs and STs. Alright. And the list of those who are eligible to vote is officially called electoral roll. Election campaign is the period the candidates contact their voters, address election meetings, and mobilize their supporters. An independent election commission, popular participation of people, and acceptance of election outcome makes election in India free. Alright, so these were the quick points that you all should remember. So we have completed the chapter. We have discussed the questions. We have discussed why free and fair elections are important, why there should be competition in our elections. Alright. We have also studied the function of election commission and how the election takes place. We have in detail discussed about different procedures to be followed in election. So this is all you need to know about the chapter, and this chapter is very much important from exam point of view. So do watch the video again for concept clarity. With this, we'll meet again in the next video. Till then, take care, stay safe, bye.